Hi there, my name's Praz. This is Sandbox Computers. Today we're going to show you how to make your games smaller and still play them just the same. Now, why would you want to make a game smaller? Well, do you ever run out of space? Do you ever think, well, hey, I've got so many games, if I'm running out of space, I have to delete some to put some more on? Well, what if I could fit more games on and not really lose anything? I mean, if I take a game and compress it into a zip file, it'll take less space, right? But then I can't play the game out of the zip file. But what if I could? So effectively, that's what's going on here. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to use a new Microsoft compression system. It's not that new, it's a few years old, but it's a newer compression system that you can compress files and they are just treated as if they weren't compressed by the operating system. Effectively, that means you can load games which are already compressed and they take up less space. Now, some games are already compressed. So what I've got here on my NVMe partition here, I've got two games. Good example here, because Star Citizen is actually, this is for anyone who's interested, it's 3.6 PTU. This is about 50 gig. Star Citizen doesn't compress very well. It's already compressed. Okay, so every file in there is already well compressed. It's all in one big file. Very efficient, very smart. I like it. Here's another example. Trover Saves the Universe. This is a 16 gigabytes game, at this point at least, the version I've got, and this does compress very well. So before I go any further, I'll just show you how to use this feature that I'm going to offer you now, which is basically a shortcut which runs a command that is built into Windows. So there's nothing, illegal, or there's no hacks involved. It's just using Windows features that most people don't know about. The other thing is that you might have already come across this feature, but this shortcut just makes it really easy. I just copy, just drag the folder on, and it starts working. Now, I'll show you what this command does, and basically you just have to copy the information into a .cmd or a .bat, which is a batch file. But if you just follow the instructions here, I'm going to zoom in, by the way, just 1 second. So that should make it easier to see, hopefully, if you're not on a very big screen. Now we're going to just call this compact, or whatever, just call it what you want. Now, one thing I wanted to say is that I've got the extensions visible. You might not. So if you can only see the word compact, then what you do is you go to View and File Extensions and just turn that on. So if it's off, it just looks like that. And turn it back on. If for whatever reason you're not on an operating system which has this feature here, you can also find the same option here in the folder options. So the reason we want to do that is because we want to rename it to .command.cmd. Sorry for the shaking around. Okay, and here's the text. Here it is. Here's the text you want to copy in. There's a link. This information's in the description below, so I'll just click this. You can just copy that from the description and put it in here. And that's it. So now that's there, you would just drag the folder on and it would start compressing, and that's it. Now the game's compressed. I just skipped forward a little bit there. Here we can see the compression ratio was 4:1. Before and after sizes in bytes. Let's go back and look where it was. Here we go. So now it's using 4.11 gig. It took a little while to compress, maybe 5 minutes. I've got a 6-core i7, so that's because I'm using LZX. So there are other options. You can use 4 different kinds of compression. Some are faster than others. But for basically the general, in my experience, it doesn't matter if it takes a bit longer to compress. They all decompress pretty much the same. And if they're smaller, then they take up less room. So when you're compressing hundreds of gigabytes, you'll save more space.